On the time schedule. The first speaker of the day is Prasanna Kumar. He is going to speak on Building Services 1. Thanks. We are just given the opportunity to present their ideas to the whole fraternity, and at the very end, and I think this discussion will going to happen over the continuous over a period of next 2 to 3 months. But this opportunity is for the professional practicing architects to present their ideas. That's it. Thanks.
Good morning all. First of all, I will thank Chairman Board of Studies, Mr. Professor Rajan, and also Bharat for his relentless effort in collecting all people who are busy in their practices and to contribute to this two-day workshop, and already one day is over. And basically I am the only engineer, I think, maybe talking very differently than architect. It's indeed it's honor and privilege to share my experience on the building services. One is the first objective. What is the need of the day? Where here is the quality education is the heart of every national development, is the main agenda. And while strong business climate gives economic growth, important parameter is the healthy social climate for education and landscape of society. Also, country will boost business sector, which is a human capital with a strong education and orientation. With this objective, we are studying on the curriculum and change of curriculum for next academic years. It's a curriculum design, the teaching approach and creation of information centers. I am all oriented towards the actual practice of practical subjects which are required in day-to-day teaching also is required. The next slide, please. We are not intending to change anything on this. The building services, water supply, sanitation, and this is all given in the brochure. The objective is to impart the knowledge. It is not that the architect should become engineer to do something. At least to know, understand, there is a requirement. They have to study on the different curriculum which are designed from engineers for architects. Next slide. These are the outline presently given in this one. These are the booklet which is circulated to us, which I am trying to modify, including all this and making more contemporary what we are practicing. Next slide. So all the 12 topics of the curriculum remain same. I reordered in the way of we practice generally in the industry. First of all, the introduction to environment and public aspect, it is not covered. It is not covered in the curriculum. That is what we need to tell architects why we need to know on history of plumbing. It is not the new subject. It is as old as the civilization. And the waterborne diseases, water-related diseases, epidemics, urban and rural sanitation, every topic I have taken in detail, like water supply, sewage system, stormwater drainage, the plumbing, different methodologies are evolved. We have an Indian Plumbing Association, the full working, non-profitable organization doing exclusively on this. This is one of the topics which we supposed to teach architects, architecture students. The solid waste management per se is a big subject in the practice also, and also our municipal corporations are inadequate to handle because the knowledge level which is very less over here. The fire and life safety system. Coming to fire and life safety system for architects, unless until you consider this in the inception of the drawing, you will redo everything. So engineer looks like a villain when he entered the subject of teaching that where they already conceived their plans. So apart from that, you have a special requirement which are not covered. This LPG gas, the medical gases, HST, solar, of course it is covered. I have generalized into different topics up here. And site visits are mandatory. As you said, showing a temple, the picture and a PowerPoint presentation are showing at the site, making a lot of difference. That is what is being highlighted. At least they should know the terminology, what they study as water supply, water treatment plant, sewage treatment plant, LPGR. Look and feel they need to see at site. Nothing looks pretty outside. So whenever we ask for a space, it's always a clash between the architect and engineer to accommodate all these things. They should know in the first place. And multi-story residential building, this is now it is the era of construction on going very high rise, and they should know that what is the spatial requirement on each of the things that should be taught. It is not that assumed, or it should not be a left out of the subject for them. And commercial building, hotel, IT building. So all that what we are teaching, it should be adherence to NOC standard. At least they should know the terminology of no objection certificates are required, not only on the building construction side alone, whether it may be the BDA, BBMP or such organization, they need to know from fire authority what is the requirement. It is only on the nutshell they should know that there is a requirement of that. What are requirements they have to adhere? Technological updates, innovation, space optimization, environmental concern, suitable design solution. Everything set and done, it should be ease of constructability. They have to achieve that to adhere to the engineering requirements. These are the few codes which they have to make aware of that. National Building Code, what is related to plumbing, water supply, sewage. There is a new code from the Indian Plumbing Association. They put in lakhs of years in creating this code on their own. That is Uniform Plumbing Code 2012, now 2014 on release now. IS code, the special codes are there, pollution control code norms and MOF and other regulations. At least they have to be taught at one or the other curriculum thing. Next. So coming to the introduction of environmental and health aspect, history of sanitation from they need to start from the urban human civilization, give importance to the health, hygienic and cleanliness, water diseases, water related, water waste. This is the best example of why we need to teach this. We all know the SARC, the disease which has spread. It has started as an epidemic, then become a pandemic, then become a endemic and a pandemic disease. It has created a havoc across the world. It is all started from the improper water seal of a floor trap. All that viruses are exited through the exhaust fan. It is spread all over China, then to world. So we need to know. There should be terminology at least should be taught, because engineers will take care of what to be do's and don'ts. But the importance of these things to be taught in under the head of environmental and public health and aspects. There are on the water supply is covered already. There are many things are covered in the proposed syllabus now, but I have given a different order altogether. The water supply, we need to highlight on that total amount of water required, the quantity and the different usages for domestic flushing, gardening, the assessment requirement of different users. The first place, engineers will not be there when architects start the job. They should know themselves how to assess the total user requirement. They need to allocate the space. So they should know that what space requirement for different activities. The quality per se on national and international standards, because many of this work they ask, MNC clients are there, when the buildings are being designed, they probably ask for WHO standard. They should not, in a way that they are not knowing the terminology at all. They should be known, it should be known all that things. So treatment of water, there is filtration, softening, disinfection, any other special treatment, maybe on a line of this one should be taught. The storage, pumping, what kind of different the supply of water, whether it's a gravity, hydropneumatic, the distribution system of water to fixture fitting, and the schematic diagram. The look and feel of schematic diagram should be made available to them. and also on swimming pool, water bodies, the treatment requirements, and all the above. It should be a water efficient building. The green building aspect of this one should be taught on in the individual topics of water supply, sewerage. These are the few things I just collected to tell them. Is a 3R concept of approach which generally we use in a practice: the reduce, replace, and reuse. And there are fixtures which are water efficient fixtures become very common now, very cost effective. These are the things we should make available to them. On sewage also, once again, whatever it comes, first it comes the assessment. Then only they can quantify that amount of sewage generated, whether it may be water supply or stormwater drainage or this one. On a first assessment, they should know that how to do the first assessment of that. The collection of sewage, wastewater from the different sources and its schematic diagram. Conveyance of sewage, it is all, most of the things are covered in the present syllabus. The gully trap, chamber, manual intercepting traps, probably backflow preventer is not there, itself is a subject altogether. Those things should be introduced in the curriculum. Material of construction, different material of construction, what currently being used in the industry should be taught on PVC, UPVC. We are still on RCC pipe. We are still on SW pipe. Maybe I don't know why it is being taught as asbestos cement pipes. It's all banned substances altogether. That should be, at least we need to bring in a part of industrial practices. The objective of sewage treatment and the type of treatment and the ventilation itself for an architect create a havoc in the design when they are not considered, they are not given ventilation duct, ventilating shaft. Itself become a subject of discussion for months together in a practice. And also the initial space requirements. Next. These are one of the methodology of teaching. This is not for engineer, it is only for architect. What is that synthesis happens in a sewage treatment plant? It is not that they need to know the chemistry of sewage treatment plant, just an introduction. There is a sewage, there is a oxygen which is being supplied to them, microorganisms eat up all that organic matter. The end result is producing, it respirates, energy is developed, end result is water and gas. So gases are emitting from the treatment plant that we are exhausting. Even if these kind of terminologies are taught, then it is good in the curriculum. Next. The stormwater drainage, I think it is the first foremost thing while starting of the design, study of your contours and all. It has been done to extent in the architectural design. However, now earlier we all used to see that stormwater flooding is a curse. Now we all can say that it is a boon to the project. As long as rain is falling in our project, we have the methods to do the harvesting of stormwater, recharging the ground. Many such aspects can be taught as it is not a curse, it can be created. And also on the basement drainages, the podium, pavement area, the reuse of that collected water, all this can be the part of the subject. Once again, this is just a small representation to them in a way to show that rainwater, how are we using. Only the excess water which will go find its way into the municipal, otherwise all rooftop water can be utilized. That should be the indication given to the aspirants. Next. On the plumbing, that was all about water supply, sewage and stormwater drainage. This is all the connectivity of doing all the three subjects is called the plumbing, which we are doing for hot water supply, cold water, flushing water. Because flushing water from a treated water is the order of the day now to use as a flushing and irrigation. That should be given more emphasis while taking up that in the curriculum. The piping in a sunken area, false ceiling, it is all become amazing subjects when they come out to the practice. Pipe goes in a false ceiling, it is an amazing thing. Because it takes the senior architect time to teach them how it is happening. They should not be very glorified draftsmen. I think one of my colleagues was explaining. it should be taught in a curriculum in a different way. The single stack system, two stack system, cross venting, fixture venting, these are all leading to after this, the research has been done on this to avoid all these epidemics, endemics which have happened due to drainage. After this, many research has been done. So our curriculum should be very contemporary nature, that these are all the subjects which are helping them to understand. Once again, material of construction for the water supply, the flow control things. Now, if at all any next world war happens, it is all been said, and this one, it is only for water. It may be only for water. So it is all the measurement. Measurement of water in a apartment itself is a subject altogether now. How to measure the water which is sending it to the individual apartment can be measured, or how to do the piping. So it requires a different kind of thinking altogether. The pressure reducing walls, stations, pipe support and hangers. Next. Some schematic has to be shown to have the look and feel of the piping which are happening. Otherwise, these are the shaft requirements which we need to carve in the buildings itself. This is a typical thing of a hotel. You can do it for multi-story residential buildings. You can do it for IT buildings, so that it gives the idea of a spatial requirement to be embedded in their design itself. Next. Now we are talking on very high-rise building. We have privilege to design 3 first high-rise building of South India. One is the Mantri Pinnacle is ground plus 45, and another 2 other projects we are presently handling. It becomes very challenging for us before to convince an architect what is that we require to do in a high-rise building for supplying of water. This is a very high-rise building, very typical thing. So where we are trying to highlight, there is a requirement of storage or a service area in between the building. All the idea is why I should pump the water to the terrace, otherwise it is required in the ground floor. I am creating all that potential energy to create the water there and bringing that water, and I am sorry for the pressure, I am putting the pressure reducing valves. So these are the things, at least we need to tell them these are the important things on the high-rise building. Next slide. This is another method of supplying water. This is through the hydropneumatic system, and converting the building into different pressure zones. The zone 1 low pressure, middle pressure, high pressure, very high pressure. I am using those pumps accordingly wherever that water is required. So maybe it is given a challenge to the engineer to I cannot give an inch of space in between the building. You design yourself. It is a challenge. You need to do that. So if the understanding is they know that what to do, they can ask those questions to put a challenge and convert the building very efficient. Next. Coming to the sanitary fixtures and fitting, which are covered now, but wellness is not covered. Wellness is order of the day now. So soil appliances, water closet, bidet, urinal systems, flush baths, all these are the covered. Waste appliances, hot water, either you can do it through the geysers, boilers. Heat pump may not be the subject which is known to the academics, which definitely practicing in the industry. Bath fixtures, tap mixer, single lever, quarter turn. There are many such things. At least they should know that what wellness project where it has to go. The multi-jet bath, rain showers, health faucet. Like exact health and wellness product like sauna, steam bath, jacuzzi, there should be some introduction into the curriculum to work further. Next. Similarly, on the solid waste management, we need to see the reduce, reuse, recycle, all these concepts, and different kind of waste, quantification of waste, this waste requirements. Next. There is a garbage chute. I am not happy to use garbage chute. Anyway, this is the curriculum we should suggest to them to use the garbage chute which can handle the dry and wet garbages. Still within dry we have many such waste which are not handling, at least they should not, it cannot handle also, we need to teach that. Next. This is a method of collection, segregation, disposal. Unless until they know what to be done, they cannot allocate this space, it is a mess on the project. Next. The fire and life safety, as I said in the beginning, the fire classification of the building is the foremost important. The travel distances, fire tower, staircase, the refuge area, assembly area, control rooms, all this we need to take it one by one, including the public address system, the sprinkler detection, smoke extraction. These are all demanding the spaces within the architectural design. The special requirement like LPG, they should be taken as a tour site trip to make them aware what is that. They need not to know what is the mechanism in which LPG is being sent to the individual house. They need not to know that, but they need to know that what kind of material of construction, what safety aspect, what spatial requirements are required. Next. On medical gases, it is a very specialized. People are around while during the design. They can do it themselves, allocating the spaces and the pipe routing of the routing along the fall ceiling and wherever that the requirement is there. Next. HSTR. Next. The solar. There is one of the project has given me a challenge. What is that? Every time I am hearing the same old things, what new you can do it. I said, you don't bring blooms to your house, you have a central vacuum system. These are the new things. At least introduction being done, there are many projects which these things are being absorbed in a high-rise, high-end apartments. Next. This is central vacuum collection of waste. It will be the order of the day when manpower is scarce. Next. So the site visit to once again ending up with this. Seeing is believing. They need to know what is that water treatment plant, sewage treatment plant, LPG, HST, high-rise building, the commercial things. Then only they fulfill the portion of the requirement. They can embed before calling the engineer to work on that particular project. Otherwise, the engineer looks villain to their project. Yeah. I have a suggestion also, sir. This is only the third semester chapter has been taken as a water supply. You are teaching the third semester chapter, they will come out, I don't know how they remember, recall what they are studying. If you can take electrical, plumbing, acoustic, everything as a preliminary in a third semester, fourth semester is a advanced, then fifth semester wherever you are taking a applied, so that everything will be there in their mind. Otherwise plumbing and third semester I studied, I forgot. Electrical study, I forgot. This is just a suggestion. You can take up in the next point of revision. It can be, you can achieve better results for the upcoming architects. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.